Hey, I'm Jade LeMac, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
What's up, guys? Rob here, Front Row Live Entertainment. I'm hanging out here with Jade in the studio, and I'm super excited to be talking to you. The EP is out now, and take me into that creative process of this. It's exciting when you get to work on music, but I feel like it's more exciting when you finally get to show it to your audience, to your fans. What has this process been like leading up to this release of the EP?
Yeah, I mean, this whole process has been so fun. It's my second project that I've worked on.
Yeah.
And I've grown so much just since my last project that I released. And I think with these songs, it just feels very me. And growing consistently, gaining new experiences, being able to write about them, it's been such an amazing process. And to finally be able to share it and let everyone listen, it's amazing. Yeah.
When did the process for the EP, Confessions EP, come out or come about for you? Like, was this something that you actively came into the studio or the writing session knowing like I'm working on this body of work, or was it like a lyric or a song that you started writing and you're like, wait a minute, like this could be part of something?
Yeah, some songs I've had the title like in my notes for a while now.
Yeah.
And like Steal My Skin, for example, love that one.
Yes.
It was a note in my notes app for months, and I just really loved the title, and I finally got the opportunity to be able to write about it and make a whole song about it. So a lot of the songs have been long awaited, and others just came about naturally. So
yeah. Let's jump in and talk about Steal My Skin. That's my favorite track off the EP.
Yeah.
Your voice is just so vulnerable throughout. I feel the pain when you're singing it. And I love that your voice is basically what you hear more aside from the instrumentation. Your voice is the power in the song. Talk to me about the creative process of this song and just being able to like open up the way that you do with a track like this.
Yeah, this song is definitely the most vulnerable song on the EP. It's a sad one, but it hits close to home, and I got to really just, it's very therapeutic. Like songwriting is very therapeutic, and to be able to write about experiences that I've been through, being in relationships and feeling used, getting exhausted, feeling like you have nothing left to give, it just felt good to get it out. And I hope people can't relate to it, but if they do, they know that they're not alone.
But it's one of those things, like, even if you can't relate to it, like just listening to the pain in your voice makes me be part of this story, makes me be part of this like emotion and experience. In saying that, one thing is being vulnerable on paper, and then the other thing is like letting it out in your voice and being able to control it at the same time. How was that vocal control during the recording process?
I mean, especially with that big build at the end, I think it builds the emotion a lot. And that was something that I really wanted with this song. I remember while making the song and writing it, I was like, I want a huge build at the end to really just capture the emotion, because I think especially in that kind of experience and situation, you never like get over the feeling. It just keeps getting worse, So I really wanted to portray that in the music, and by building that at the end, I'm basically screaming, but it brings out that emotion. So yeah.
How important was the producer for this? JVP is also the producer for the entire track or for the entire EP. How important was that collaboration with him? And how do you feel that he allowed you to step out of that comfort zone, but at the same time be comfortable with yourself?
Yeah, we work together closely. Love him. He's great. So whenever I have like an idea, we're able to communicate that very well. And he was amazing with being able to put what I was imagining to life with a song. So he was great when it came to that, and we were both on the same page when it came to the build and everything. And I'm able to like let out all my emotion with him in the studio. We're just close like that. So yeah, he was great.
Now, you started obviously like at a young age, like discovering your sound, your voice and stuff like that. Like, how did you know that this was your sound, and how did you go about as far as trying to be able to overcome your voice and understand how to use it and when to use it and when not to use it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been singing for as long as I can remember, and writing songs since grade 6. So it's been a lot of growth and a lot of discovering who I am and stuff. But I think with this EP especially, I've been able to just find myself and what I love and what feels right to me. And with, you know, vocals, just songwriting in general, all of it kind of just comes naturally now, and it feels right. Yeah.
With this EP, like which song or which lyric do you feel like challenged you the most?
Last Day on Earth was actually a song that last minute we fully flipped on its head.
Oh.
Yeah, so that one came by surprise and it was challenging, but once we got on the right track, it came very naturally. So
what made you want to flip it? Like, how different is it if we were to listen to the original version?
Very different. Way different. Yeah, it's incredibly different, but it feels so much better. And I couldn't imagine the song being any other way.
Was that a decision by you or the producer?
A mutual decision, kind of. It was something we were working on for a while, and then I came back after finishing the other songs, and I was like, I don't know how to make the song feel 100%. And then I was like, let's take a risk and just fully flip it on its head. And that's what we did. And I'm so glad we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have an amazing background, or not background, but backing through social media, TikTok, for example. And I feel like that could be like a double-edged sword, because you have an audience that is listening to you and letting you know what they want to hear, what they love about you. But at the same time, I feel like that's also pressure, because you want to try something different, but this is the style that they like. How do you balance that when you're writing music? Like, do you test it out with your audience before you like go into the studio and record it? Or do you try and just keep it to yourself until the music comes out?
I think a big thing with my music is I want it to feel like me. And so I like to obviously go into the studio and write stuff and make music that I love in hopes that others love it as well. I do always like to make music that other people can relate to, of course, and stuff. So yeah, I kind of just go into the studio, make what I love, and then start showing fans and everybody and all the supporters. So that's kind of the go-to. Yeah.
Now, when you look back at this EP, or like look back at the sessions that you had with this EP, which song do you feel like gave you the most like vocal challenge during the recording process?
I think it was Steal My Skin.
Yeah.
The ending was...
It was way too personal.
It was I remember being in the studio and just being like, holy, this is getting crazy. But this EP also has a lot of layered vocals compared to my previous one. Yeah. So Love Bites, for example, there's also that first verse is, you need a big breath before singing that. So it goes on for a very long time. So that one was also pretty challenging.
Would you say that this experience kind of impacted new music moving forward, or like the way that you write music, or the way that you think about like your vocal tones and ranges?
Yeah, 100%. I think this EP was a big step for me in discovering who I am, and as an artist and just as a person. So 100%. Yeah.
I know you just did a few shows this last couple weeks. So are there any plans for like a proper tour for this EP now that, you know, it's officially out?
I would absolutely love to do that. I mean, getting a little taste of what it's like to get on stage, it gets addicting. You know, I heard those rumors and I can confirm it's true. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
During this experience of like being able to like perform these songs live, have you had any moments where you're like, oh, I should try this differently next time? Or like, you know, just because now you have that audience there listening to your tracks, or like now you're like, oh, this is great for like a chorus for the audience or whatever, like a chant or whatever.
Yeah, I think the more I perform, the more comfortable I get. So being able to kind of just be free and not think too much about it, because when you're on stage, it's just like you're like a whole little party, just like everyone's just jamming out, having fun. So it's kind of like I don't have to think too much about what I'm doing. Right. I feel like before, the first time I performed, I had it all planned out, but now I can kind of go on stage and just have fun, and I think that's like the best part about it. Yeah. Now,
lastly, during this experience, what did you learn about yourself as, you know, as an artist, as a songwriter, as a performer that you didn't know before?
I think I learned that apparently I'm darker than like I thought. Like some of my songs are a lot darker than I thought they would be. I just musically wise, I like to layer vocals and things like that. I also think that I like big drums. You know, there's certain things that I've learned with just my music, and then discovering myself, learning new experiences. All these songs are new experiences, and I'm still so young, still growing, and I think things change like every month at this age, you know. So I'm constantly discovering more things.
Awesome, Jade. Well, thank you so much for hanging
Thank
out
you
with
so
me.
much.
You guys be sure to check out Jade. The new EP Confessions is out now. And thanks for watching here on Front Row Live.
Yeah, thank you.